we'll move on.
It's 5:30.
Time for the music.
Yeah, there we go.
Welcome everyone to our Logan Municipal Council meeting for March 17th. I'm a little cold, as you can imagine. It's been a while since I've led a meeting. It is 5:30 and it's time to start our meeting. Today's opening ceremony will be by Heather Crockett, who is the director of the William A. Bernard Warming Center here in Logan. And she'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance afterwards.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I just wanted to introduce myself and the organization that I work for. So I'm Heather Crockett, and I'm the Executive Director of the William A. Bernard Warming Center. We have been operating for 4 seasons now. We started the end of November, and we are going to end on April 11th. This season, despite the fact that it has been the warmest winter on record, we have seen record numbers. And we are currently hosted inside St. John's Episcopal Church. My maximum capacity of people that I can have there is 45, and we have reached maximum capacity. Because we're operating out of the church, we don't have shower space. Guests have to go to the Smithfield Rec Center to take a shower. We don't have laundry facilities, so every day service missionaries come and pick up the laundry, take it to a laundromat, wash, dry, fold it, and take it back. I don't have a commercial kitchen, so USU has been kind enough to prepare some meals for us that are frozen, and we have room in the freezer for 100 meals, and if I've got 45 people there every night, then I have to go to USU several times a week to get enough meals for us. This is a need that I do not foresee going away soon. I just started this position in October, and so this will be the first time that I have to officially shut the doors of the Warming Center. I will be shutting the doors on families with young children, elderly grandmas, people with diabetes, elderly individuals who are not capable of taking care of themselves, individuals with severe mental health crises that are going on that do not have any other place to go. These are the needs that are facing the citizens in your community, and I do not have the resources to help them. And so I'm coming before you today asking for some help. We need a building. We need a building with enough space that I'm not having to turn people away. I need space where I can put families separate from other individuals. We are a low barrier shelter, which means anyone who has gotten out of jail that day and willing to keep the rules is allowed to come to the Warming Center. People who are leaving drug rehab places that day are allowed to come if they can keep the rules. And I have those individuals sleeping next to children. And I would really prefer to be able to have a separate space for adults versus families. But it's not an option right now. So I invite you to come with me on Saturday, April 11th, and shut the doors to the Warming Center. See who it is who you're shutting the doors to, and know that that night, the best place they have to go is either maybe get a bus pass and go to Ogden, and maybe sleep under a bridge. That's where we're at. So really need some help in securing a building. Last night, we're done with food. We don't have any more food in the cupboard. It's gone. And I will not have enough food to feed the 40 guests that are there for the rest of the time that the center is open. So we are in desperate need of some shelf-stable food to help us make it through the rest of the season for the next 25 days. I have some statistics and some flyers of different things that I'll gladly hand out to you. Any questions from any of you? Okay.
Why April 11th?
What?
Why April 11th? Is that like when your funding runs out or when your
The
timing runs
conditional
out?
use permit from the city permits us to go until mid-April, and we just ended on a Saturday because I thought I could get the most volunteers to help me carry the mats and the grocery sack, mats and the cots to our storage unit.
Thank you. I was curious. Thank you.
I just had a question. Do you coordinate with the food bank at all as far as getting food from
I did
them?
today. They
You
gave
did
me
today?
a few boxes. Yep.
Okay.
How do you think your facility will be impacted by the receiving center that's being built?
I am hopeful that there might be some permanent supportive housing that we can send a few of our guests to. While I do think the majority of our guests are capable of becoming self-sufficient with a little bit of help, we need to recognize that as a community, there is a small percentage that is not capable of caring for themselves. And I do have a handful of those individuals, but I have no place to send them. I am very excited that there might be a place to send them once those apartments are done by the receiving center. So thrilled that that is coming, but I know that it's going to get filled up. I could fill that up today, you know.
So the receiving center will be open every day all year round, correct?
Yes, but you can only come stay for 23 hours a day there, and it's only got recliners, so it's not really a place to
Spend the night.
spend the night most of the time. But they will have separate apartments that are also being built next to it that we could put some people in. I understand it's 15 to 20,
Yeah.
and I could fill that
With
up.
some retraining capacity
Well-
as well too.
Yeah, I don't know. I was under the impression that Bear River Mental Health was going to manage those apartments. when we
Yes,
approved
and I
them,
have been
so-
in touch with the new receiving center director, and he said he's not quite ready to be putting people on the waiting list or anything at this point until those are more complete.
Yeah.
So,
How much space do you think you need?
currently we're in 1,545 square feet is where we're at Champ Hall, and easily triple that is what the need would be, just by the time we added showers and laundry
Sure.
facilities and separate places for families and things like that.
5,000 square feet for
Yes.
minimum.
Offices, maybe a little storage space. Right now I have things in 4 different locations, so if we want clothes, I have to go to that location and go get the clothes and all those kind of things.
Preferably on public transit.
Yes, yes, that would be ideal, for sure. For sure. Any other questions?
I just want to say thank you for hosting us as well last month with the Youth Council.
Yes,
You were wonderful, and you showed us the facilities, and I feel fortunate that there is a program that is going on that is helping our population that needs it, and also to the Episcopal Church that has
Yes, that helps us.
allowed that to happen.
One last thing is, we're it. There's no other option in Rich County or Box Elder. We cover 3 counties, and there's no public transportation between Cache and Box. And I'm the cheapest option that you have in that we're volunteer-led. I have 3 paid employees and 63 volunteers a week who show up to make the center run. So you are going to get a really big bang for your buck by supporting our organization because we're so volunteer-led. So anyway, just wanted to let you know of that. And then Ernesto asked me to lead us in the pledge, so if you wouldn't mind standing and facing the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Heather.
If you would love to come by for a tour, I would love to have you before we shut down. Ernesto has been, but I would love to see a few more of you if that's okay. Just here's my card, you can reach out and we can schedule a time.
And we are scheduled.
Yes, and I've got the mayor on both. I'm sorry, I'm running out of cards. but Thank you.
Our next item is the acceptance of the minutes and the approval of the agenda. There has been a change to the agenda. And item C, under the action items, the public hearing for Maple View subdivision has been withdrawn. So that's ordinance 26-07. So that's a change. If you are here to express your opinion on that item, just know that that item has been withdrawn from our agenda for today.
And it was withdrawn by the proponent, by the.
Yes, it was withdrawn by the proponent, not necessarily by the city.
With that change, I move acceptance of the minutes and approval of the agenda.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any against? Say nay. We've approved the agenda and accepted the minutes. Next, just a reminder that we usually have our city council meetings on the first and the third Tuesdays of the month at 5:30, and our next meeting will be on April 7th. Now is the time for anybody in the public who wishes to address the council or the mayor with any matters that are not on the agenda for tonight. If you wish to express your opinion or concerns, please come up to the mic and state your name and your place of residence, and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less.
Hi, Jeff Muller from Logan. Good talk right there. I'm actually currently have been for the last 3 weeks hosting a homeless person in my place, trying to help them get direction for a job and help go through Bragg and get a place of their own. Our homeless problem is a problem. I don't know if you read in the paper just last week what happened at Tony Grove. It's really sad what happened. So a homeless center also, we can't push it like to the edge of the city like we did with the 23-hour emergency shelter. The problems are in our city. They are located around our city. We need to figure out something to deal with this problem. All right, we're watching. It's just gonna get worse too. I hate to say it, but yeah, it's gonna get worse. We have a problem with socioeconomic segregation going on. Rich people keep getting richer, poor people on the streets. And if you have not experienced homelessness, I invite you to go out on a pit count and see what that's like. I've done the last 2 years with that. January, cold. I've actually been homeless in negative 20 degrees, and that's hard. So I think that the city needs to start focusing on it. You guys do have resources that you can be using. All right, all these developers that have been working our city for the last 8 years and putting in overpriced apartments, they're a resource. You just gotta use them right. They wanna do building, they need to contribute to our city. I mean, most of those developers aren't even from our city, but they're still getting benefits of it. It's time they start contributing to it. So, anyway, thanks.
Thank you.
I'm really short, I'm sorry, can't do anything about that.
That's okay.
My name is Anna, and I reside in Logan. I'm not sure if this is the meeting for this, but I think it would be really helpful if we added more left-turning green arrows at the intersections instead of just yield to turn left. I was reading the mission statement, and it says that Logan City provides essential services that promote safety, well-being, and long-term sustainability. I really think that more green arrows instead of yield to turn left would really help us get there. Thank you.
Thank you.
I completely agree with you. The only problem we have is convincing UDOT, because most of our the big roads in town are owned by the state.
Gotta talk to them then.
You know, they keep saying, oh, it impedes traffic flow, but I don't believe them. So I'm just gonna
I
say,
agree with you.
I'm
I
totally
agree.
with
So
you.
we agree, and yes.
We'll work on it.
Thank you.
Gail Hansen, Logan. I heard this last week about training an AI thing where when they told it couldn't lie, it made the AI thing more sneaky. And I don't think that we are currently looking at having that sort of business come to our city. But I think AI might be a ship that has sailed. Maybe we will recognize that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And that as a tool, it does not serve humanity. It is dangerous. So that was part one. Part two, just in general growth, is a mindset that I think we need to also say goodbye to. We need to sustain. We need to take care of the people we have. We need to, just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. So I'm just urging caution going forward. We need to employ the people who are here, yes. We don't need to grow. And I sound like Gail Yost right now. And I love her. And I didn't think I would be following in her footsteps, but she's right. She's right.
Thank you.
My name is Hunter Ashby. I live here in Logan. I just have some concerns about the flock safety cameras that went up around Home Depot. From my understanding is while it's a very, very powerful security tool, it doesn't have, the device itself can be broken into and used by those who are not authorized to, and that kind of freaks me out a little bit. So just like that to be kept in mind if more are going to be installed in the city or not. Just to make sure the security of those cameras themselves are good enough that we don't have to worry about actors acting poorly and using those to spy on us.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cameron Carnes from Logan, Utah, and I'm here today on behalf of Kappa Delta Sorority up at Utah State University to talk to you about our upcoming Philanthropy Week. Every single year, Kappa Delta Sorority works to raise funds for Prevent Child Abuse America and the Family Place, while simultaneously working to spread confidence under our National Confidence Platform. A big part of our organization is inspiring confidence in the younger generations and those around us in our community. We do this by partnering with the Girl Scout Troops of America and the Family Place through a variety of community service events, such as the infamous Princess Party and selling Girl Scout cookies on our lawn, which, by the way, we will be doing that next week from Wednesday to Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. if you want to come by and grab a box of Thin Mints.
What's the address for that?
I know, I'm like, it's 650 North 800 West, Logan, Utah. Or
800 East.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, if you just type in Kappa Delta Sorority on your phone, it's right by the Taggart Student Center up at Utah State. So yeah, you'll see them though. They're so precious and so cute and love when people stop by. But I did want to specifically talk to you about our annual Philanthropy Week. But first to touch on the philanthropies, Prevent Child Abuse America is mostly known for funding research projects nationwide to help prevent child abuse, but also help survivors of all ages heal. And the Family Place, you may have heard of them through their infamous Princess Party or Marvelous Adventure, but they do so much more than that. They provide crisis counseling, they have shelters, they provide free daycare, and they really just work to not only help advocate for children, but improve familial relationships. Anyways, so with all of that said, through April 6th through 11th, we'll be raising funds for them. Last year, we were able to raise $8,000. This year, we're hoping to raise $12,000, but also broaden our community outreach, hence why I'm here today. We will have a variety of community events, and every single event does have a small fee, but all portions go towards these organizations, and they're also a tax write-off. Our most community-centered events are our Kappa Delta Kids Carnival. This is for all families in Cache Valley. It's April 11th from 12 to 3. I have flyers as well that I can pass out later after this meeting or right now, whatever works for you. And then on April 6th, we will also be having our Spirit Night at Cane's, where every single purchase that mentions Kappa Delta at the register or through the drive-thru, a portion of that money will go towards these organizations. And then I also have flyers to donate if you would like to. Anything that you are able to do, even if it's just spreading the word to the rest of the community, is very much appreciated. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Thanks. Right on the dot.
Thank you.
Do you want me to pass these out
take a
later?
break.
Okay. Sorry, later? Or-
No, now's good.
Now, okay, sorry, I was like, ooh. Okay, here, I'll just like.
Yes, I'll just pass them down.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then this one right here has our Instagram, which has more information on our events.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Maybe you could have placed that enough on the table.
Thank you.
Hi, Matthew Patuesi, live here in Logan. Trying to bring some positive attitude. I'm going to try and be less negative. I apologize. I'm working on it. So I'm going to propose some math equations as a statistician, failed one, of course, but what is it? You know, it's just something I want to bring up. So in the previous administration of our local area, we ended up having some logic that ended up leading us to choose for a very long-term contract for more greenhouse gas emissions. And one of the logic behind that was that the sun sets, and the logic behind gas is that it's reliable. So I would like to make sure the first juxtaposition to propose is, which is more reliable, that the sun will rise or that the Strait of Hormuz is under difficulty at the moment. And then another juxtaposition is that, what is it? We have an instance where this has all started because, you know, the leadership of an area ended up getting, you know, they're not alive anymore and replaced and everything like that because it would be supposedly cheaper for us, and that sort of backfired when we realized the Strait of Hormuz exists. So another juxtaposition, which do you think is more likely, that the wind blows or that the leadership of the nation will eventually die, because we will die eventually? I just think that these are two juxtapositions that would have led to different decisions in a previous administration that luckily isn't going to be affecting us anymore because that was a previous administration, and most of the votes are not here anymore that voted for it. Matt. Anyways, there was a different, oh yeah, I was very curious too, like what we can end up classifying as a charitable situation. Like another juxtaposition I want to provide is a charitable definition, or a charitable organization as defined by the state is any person, joint venture, partnership, limited liability company, corporation, association, group, or other entity who holds itself out to be a benevolent, educational, voluntary, health, philanthropic, humane, patriotic, religious, or Eleomasonry, social welfare, or advocacy, public health, environmental, or conservation, or civic organization, or for the benefit of public safety, law enforcement, or firefighter fraternal association, or established for any charitable purpose, or who solicits or obtains contributions. What I'm trying to say is, it's a very broad definition, so I feel like you have to be very profit hungry to not want to have the definition of a charitable organization. So next time that you err on the side of a for-profit organization being in your benefit when you're a civic service, probably it's best to keep that juxtaposition in mind. Like, what would make you not want to be defined as a charitable organization outside of principle? Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I hope that was nice.
Thank you.
Who had what was the forms?
The flyers?
The flyers?
No, the homeless shelter.
Oh, I think she
Heather.
left.
She left. She left.
Maybe she left them on the
That
table.
would be great. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liz Bailey. I'm a resident of Logan. This is my first time ever speaking to council, so I'm a little nervous. I'm a former wildland firefighter, currently a restoration ecologist, and I'm a homeowner in Logan. I felt really compelled to come and speak to you today about my concerns about wildfire risk in Logan. I was walking my dog on the shoreline trail this weekend and just noticed, a dry western-facing slope with a lot of invasive plants and a lot of trees right under power lines. And I thought, I wonder what Logan's doing about wildfire risk reduction. And I went online and I tried to Google the Community Wildfire Protection Plan, and I could not find it online, although there was indication that there was one created in 2020. I see that there's wildfire reimbursements to the fire department on the agenda, but the best approach to wildland fire is prevention and hardening. There's so many things that we can do in our community to reduce risk. As homeowners, as business owners, on a community level, there's education and then there's physical things we can do in our community that reduce the likelihood that something bad will happen here. And I'd like the council just to be aware of how many things we can do, and that it's imperative that we inform people that Logan is at a higher risk of wildfire than 85% of the rest of the country. We live in a wildfire urban interface. Logan's not as wet as it used to be. Moisture is not as reliable as we've seen this year. And I know a lot of people have fears as to the risk of wildfire and they don't know what to do, and we need to make sure those resources are being communicated and provided to the community. So, thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else that wishes to address the council or the mayor? If not, we'll close the public comment period and we'll go on to our mayor and staff reports, if there are any.
There were not today. Thank you.
Great, on to council business. First, we have a planning commission update.
Last week, Planning Commission spent most of their time talking about the general plan. They did continue it for another 2 weeks, and after that it will come to us as a workshop item. They also approved a business building complex at the corner of 2nd North and 6th West. You might have seen the signs up about what it was going to look like before they ever applied to make it look like that.
Sure did.
So, yeah, anyway.
Thank you, Jeannie. Now it's time for any council announcements from anyone in the council.
I have really quick. I went to library board meeting last night, and the Friends of the Library representative or president of the board was there. He said tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. at the library is their annual public meeting, and they are looking for more people to join their board. So please attend if you're interested in being on the Friends of the Library board.
They need help.
They do need help. They need more people.
The Friends?
Yeah, they need more people to participate if possible.
I think part of it is just people aren't aware. I mean, I'm not even aware of what they do, but they do provide a lot of funding for the library.
They do some great stuff.
They do.
They really do.
They did.
And bring in programs at the library and things like that. So.
And the train.
And yeah.
The train in the holiday season.
Yes, the train in the holiday season.
Mike, did you have something?
I was looking at Mary Anderson. Do you know what I'm thinking? No. We don't have telepathic
You're still looking at him.
I'm still looking at him.
Not feeling the
I know, I need to whisper to him.
So.
Mary Anderson and some of the staff and myself were able this week to interview for a public information officer position. And I don't think anything's official yet, but I just wanted to let the council know that we're working on it. Mayor and his staff is working on it. And there were a lot of fantastic candidates. And I'm excited to see where you end up with that, Mayor Anderson. But I just want to let the council know that there is movement there, which I think is great.
And we started working on the new website.
Yes.
That was what I was the only thing I was going to work on.
Yeah. So
I have an email
exciting,
New Logan website will be
Are you so friendly?
Yeah.
Yes, more user friendly.
Not just a update, but a rebuild from the ground up.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyone else?
No.
You're
Also,
staring.
well, I was going to say something, but I'll flesh things out more before maybe in 2 weeks I'll have another one.
In case anybody's wondering, I am not Mike Johnson.
Do you have my name tag right now?
No.
No.
But the agenda did say Mike
It
Johnson.
did.
So Chair Mike Johnson is here to my left. And I was
Acting
just-
Chair Ernesto Lopez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I got held up at work. It was the thing I was stuttering on. I actually just met with the Analytic Solutions Center up at Utah State, and they would love to partner with the city to work on some sort of
Project?
Analytic solutions?
Well, no. Sorry, I was saying yes. No, but they would love to partner with us for like a better interface with our website and better app to reach out to residents. They do it with a couple other local government things, and I did not talk very far. I need to talk more. I don't know what their pricing structure or any of that looks like. Being a student thing, I don't know if there is one. We were early in the discussion, but I'll take it to staff and we'll see if we can.
Free is always good.
Well, yeah, if it's free, it's great. If it's $1 million, it's not, right? So, but that is why I was late.
This is budget season.
I know.
Yeah.
We
Is
don't
that
get
the
it
same
in
as the
now, we don't
AI
get it in.
and analytics and data?
No, it's different than the anticipatory intelligence.
No,
center.
because there's an actual AI and data analytics center. Is this the one?
Yeah, there's an analytic solutions center, but there's also the Center for Anticipatory Intelligence,
Which are different? From
Which
the
one were you
AI.
talking about?
I was at the Analytic Solutions Center.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to.
Oh, sorry, maybe I don't
Maybe
understand.
there's 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm alluding to. Is there 3? Are we talking about 3 different centers, or just the Center for Anticipatory Intelligence and the one that you're talking about?
Just the 2 is all I was talking about. There's not a third one that I know.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll flesh that out more before I blurb in public, but I apologize I was late, everyone.
Well, with the new website,
Yeah, we talked about that.
the timing would be,
I know,
yeah, really good.
it'll be good.
Sounds good.
Especially if it's free.
It's not.
Or affordable. Okay.
All right, on
Plus
to
strings.
with our agenda. Next, we have our action items, and just a reminder, in case that you missed the earlier announcement, item C in our agenda, the third item, has been withdrawn by the proponent. So if you were here to hear about that one, it's no longer going to be discussed during our meeting. Our first action item is for Resolution 26-07, and it's about power pooling agreement. I'm going to invite Tyson to come up and maybe just give us a brief overview of what he presented last time.
Yep, a brief overview.
The detailed one was last time, so unless you have questions, we'll keep it short. So just a reminder, this is the updated, they call it a power pooling agreement, but it's basically our contractual relationship with UAMPS on how they operate as our scheduling agent and also the project manager for a lot of our power projects. So the old agreement, which is very old, outdated, no longer reflects how we're operating, needed to be updated anyway, and the change to the extended day-ahead market structure that's going live May 1st also drives the need for this agreement. So it's both an update of that old agreement to reflect current business practices and also to reflect the needs of having UAMPS schedule our power through this new market system that's going live May 1st. So the reason it's coming through now is we're not that far away from May 1st and we need to get it approved before we get to that point. The agreement's been thoroughly reviewed by our team at Light and Power, made a lot of good updates and changes with UAMPS to make it workable for both parties. And I think the only things I would maybe mention, just as a reminder from last time, is that it is a long-term agreement, not easy to exit, but that's just the nature of working with them as our power scheduler in a larger market that we don't have the resources to do ourselves. We also get a lot of benefits being part of this joint action agency through UAMPS and pooling resources with all the other municipal utilities throughout the state. So overall, it's good for Logan, allows us to continue to offer affordable, reliable public power. No major concerns that haven't been resolved. And I think that the risk and way forward is well understood. A lot of the appendices and supporting documents are still in development, but they're called out in this document, but there's the flexibility to adapt working level details in those documents while the main structure and framework of the agreement is set in this document so that hopefully we don't have to do this often. Their goal is to make this last another 15 or 20 years before we have to do this again. Is there any questions or concerns or discussion on that agreement with UNS?
Given all the factors involved that lead us to make an agreement like this, what would be a reason why we would want to exit the agreement?
The only feasible path forward, I would see to exiting this, is if there was some other joint action agency that performed a similar role that we felt was providing more value. But as of right now, that's not something that is on the table. There's two joint action agencies in Utah, UAMPS and UMPA. Both have been established for a long time. And yeah, we don't see any benefits of making that switch to another one. But that would be the only reason I would see.
Well, it's not economically or overall feasible for us to go as a lone wolf.
Yeah, to go as a lone wolf, definitely not. We'd have to hire a team of 5 or 6 or 10 people just for Logan City to do it. Like, we get a lot of benefit sharing UN's resources with other members.
Any other questions from the council before we open it up to, thank you, Tyson. Before we open it up to the public? All right, this is a public hearing. If you'd like to voice your suggestions, your opinions or concerns on this matter, please come up to the mic and state your name, your place of residence, and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Seeing no one, we will close the public comment for this hearing. We'll bring it back to the council.
I move we approve Resolution 2607.
I'll second that. And also, I think I mentioned this 2 weeks ago, but the Power Board had no concerns or issues when we met about it, and I think they've done a good job on it, and they were in full support as well, which I think is important to note. But I will second Jeannie.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All against, please say nay. Resolution 26-07 passes. Next up, we have Ordinance 26-06, the Jed Willits Down Zone. Ross.
Hello, Council. I will give a 20-second recap. I also have a PowerPoint if needed. This parcel was illegally created in the 90s. The old zoning was a 14-unit density. In 2008, when we adopted our new general plan and our new zoning ordinances, we didn't have 14, we had MR12 or 20. Most of Bridger was downszoned to MR12. When this individual bought property, thought he had a legal building lot, but he didn't. So council upzoned it once 9 years ago. That permit expired, and so we did it again about 4 years ago, and then we did it again a third time 1 year ago. Councilwoman Anderson instructed me to initiate a down zone in January of 2026, and so this is that down zone. The new owner has filed for a building permit, and so they are vested. They have not started the construction project, and we're hoping that they do not let this permit expire and that we will never have to come back for any sort of rezoning for this property again. Any questions?
We're gonna say third time's the charm?
Yeah, third time's the charm.
Lucky Charms?
Any other comments or questions before we open it up? Thank you, Russ. This is a public hearing. If you would like to share your concerns, your questions about this item, please come up to the mic and state your name and your place of residence, and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less.
No, just kidding.
You have to come now, Josh.
Stood up.
No takebacks. Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing. We'll bring it back to the council.
Can I do Jeannie this time?
I move we approve ordinance 26-06.
I was gonna beat her this time, but I knew she was gonna go for
On
it.
top of it, on top of it.
You seconded it, Katie? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye, for the third time.
All against, please say nay. Ordinance 26-06 passes.
Hallelujah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we got a little while.
I think we should see it again in a year.
No dirt
We gotta wait
that's
to
been
see.
moved yet.
Yeah, we gotta wait to see.
On to item D in our agenda for the action items. Resolution 26-08 and budget adjustments.
Several items to consider. Request to appropriate $30,710 of insurance proceeds toward repairs of fire equipment. Request to appropriate $10,786. It's a CLEF grant from the state of Utah to be used for collection development, specifically for shelving for the library. Request to appropriate $400,000 of additional connection fee revenue, which we have received, toward the expenses for infrastructure and construction in the light department. And lastly, a request to appropriate $361,625 in the general fund and $39,002 in the EMS fund for the wildland deployments that took place this past year, and to reimburse us for overtime costs and then other expenses as well.
So we're being reimbursed, or we have been reimbursed and we are transferring it to the fire department?
We have received the funding, and now we're asking council to, since it's been received, to reimburse those departments. And departments know until council acts, it doesn't happen.
They've already spent the money, though.
Yeah, they have. It's just, this is similar to those police overtime shifts.
I know, but the way you said it this time, it was like,
It's like getting your rebate in the mail.
it's like,
Yeah.
it's like you're gonna remove it from the general fund
still
to
do
do
that.
this, and it's like, okay.
When was the last time I got a rebate in the mail? Is it
Just wanted to
1994 still?
be super clear.
Yes.
Cut out my box
in
tops?
94?
Yes, it was. Cool.
That's exactly what it's like.
And we didn't have a bad fire
I mean-
season last year.
No.
We pretty much have to give it back to them though, because it's reimbursement from the state. Even if we didn't give it to the fire department, would the state come back and take it back from us?
No,
So we could give it to the police
So we
department.
don't have to have council approval to receive funds.
Okay,
We just have to have.
but it was
council
received for a
approval.
specific purpose.
Allocate
Right.
those funds, yeah.
So if we don't use it for that purpose, do we have to give it back?
Oh my gosh, they already spent the money.
Well, I know,
He's just asking.
but now I'm getting my rebate back and I want to spend it on something
We'll be
else.
off balance.
Theoretically, council can appropriate for whatever purpose. I would strongly.
You did not want to say that out loud.
I would strongly recommend you don't. But if you wanted to, you can do any number of crazy things.
Oh
I
my
have some
God.
ideas.
Do not allow that.
$400,000.
Do not allow that.
You do have control of all
You
the
have
money.
control
so-
of it. But what you would have happen, as well as what.
But it's not restricted from the state when they give it back to us.
No, it's not. It is not, there's nothing restrictive about it. But what you'd have happen is fire would never go on another deployment ever again.
You're not wearing any green, so you're not going to win any favors with me today.
I've got my green coin.
I'm done.
Guys, fine.
Are
Are there like?
No, they're not serious. No.
Funding?
He's
Okay, because I
actually-
saw Jeff lobbying for that. And I feel like I need to come defend myself.
You guys want to dig it out?
No, he's hacking the gun.
I hardly think it's fair that we would even consider.
I'm not even considering it. I just assumed that they were restricted and had to be used for that or returned to the state. So I was surprised to know that they're reimbursing us and I didn't realize that. Because a lot of grants and reimbursements are restricted. Sure.
Yeah.
And so I did not realize these ones were not.
It's not restricted, the funds have already been spent.
Right.
So what would end up happening is the fire department would do all things possible to close their budget hole before the end of the year.
Sure.
Which would mean they wouldn't go on any more fires.
They would still go on fires. They just get rid of like a guy or two. I'm kidding. I'm just thinking of one or two.
Wow.
Let's not do
Well, and to clarify, there was something that was mentioned in workshop that I thought would probably be really good for some of the new council people. So those reimbursements come from our people that are working extra shifts going to Montana, Idaho, southern Utah. So, and it is an expense out of our budget. So we do have to front all that. And it's a long wait for that money. The wildland season was long last year, even though it wasn't necessarily long in Utah. In the region, it was a big deal. So it takes us, 6 months to finally collect all those funds. So we are trying to budget super careful until those funds come up. So we are very grateful if they do make it back into the fire budget. That would be fantastic.
I would never not give them back to you. Mostly for the public to know I'm kidding. I would not.
Jeff, stop stirring things up.
Next thing you
Nate,
see
very well
is
said.
Mike,
Very well said.
AI-generated,
So, yeah.
saying, we're taking that money.
Please don't.
Can I just ask a question, just for clarity? But at the library board, we were talking about the grant that they received and what they're going to use it for. Why do we have to approve it when it's a grant like that?
So it's because as a city, we cannot spend funding without this body approving that
No,
funding being spent. in any
If
way,
it's a
shape, or
grant,
form.
no matter what it
It
is.
doesn't matter where it's from.
Okay.
Somebody could give it to us and say you can only spend this on hats for the finance department, and we can't spend it until council approves it.
It's any money that comes
I would
into
approve it
the
to pay
city
on that.
goes into the general fund first. And then is allocated from the general fund, but if it's not already part of the budget, it's a separate expenditure that has to be approved,
And
correct?
if it is part of the budget, you approve it.
We
through the
already
budget.
approved it.
We can get funds in
you will.
advance, we can get them on reimbursement, which most of these types of grants are on reimbursement. But we can't spend, we don't have any authority to spend until council approves it. And if council, let's say we got the funds in advance, we deposit them in our bank account, no problem, and it can only be used for hats for the finance department, we bring it to council and council says that's ridiculous, no. Your choice is, do we accept the funds or you can't use it for another purpose because it's restricted. But council would say, that's ridiculous, we're not gonna accept that. We would turn around, cut that check back and say, thank you, but we can't accept it.
Okay. Sorry, newbie question.
Oh, it's a great question, and I think it's important that the public knows that we don't spend funds until it comes before council in a public meeting and is approved.
And a lot of those come in the budget when we approve that, right?
Correct.
Yeah, most of
That's
the
the
budget.
big-
Right, but that's the majority of it. These are all just the adjustments.
That's why we don't bring you 500 line items every 2 weeks.
I'm glad we do it as a
Yeah.
budget
Yeah.
once a
Don't
year.
you think, Rich? It would be probably pretty close to
Oh,
that.
it'd be
Ernesto,
difficult.
I'm
But all
just
of
trying to
these
make sure we
grants,
don't go under the time like I do.
We do bring those to council because it's additional funding that we've received. It's not part of our base budget. So we don't use grants, for the most part, for any type of salaries or wages or those types of things. It's only for bricks and mortar and programs, which is great. Some cities do use it. There are allowances in most grants for using it for salaries. We just don't do that. Exceptions are
The wildland
one in Parks and
reimbursement.
Rec and then
The wildland.
CDBG, which is the big one.
Yeah.
The wildland reimbursement.
Wildland reimbursements too, yeah.
That's all
But those,
personnel.
but those are on top of.
Yeah.
Those are on top of.
Yeah.
Extras.
More than you wanted to know.
It's all right, that was great, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Or lobbying for other departments?
I mean,
This is a public hearing. If you'd like to come up to the mic and state your comments, please do so and state your name and your place of residence. and keep it to 3 minutes or less.
Is this when the public gets to lobby us on how to spend the $361,000?
Seeing no one, we will close the public hearing. We'll bring it back to the council.
I'll move we approve resolution 26-08.
I'll second it.
As stated, right, in the resolution?
Yes, as stated in the resolution. No changes. Sorry, fire. Sorry, police department.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Resolution 26-08 passes. And that is all that we have in our agenda. Any other considerations?
Some of you aren't wearing green. I expect better next year.
I have a paper
That's
clip
it.
on my jacket.
I have some green in my sock.
Ooh, I don't know.
The kid in elementary school. So.
Thank you, everyone.
My daughter pinched me this morning.
We'll adjourn.
I still let you beat the allotted time.
Hey, that went pretty